Hi, this is Reporter's Take. I'm Sakshi Batra and with me is Priyanka Sahaya, and we are going to be talking about how the e-commerce platform ShopClues has actually laid off 200 employees. Thanks a lot, Priyanka, for joining in. Now, we do know that ShopClues has been facing severe cash crunch for a long time now, but there was continuously talks of how it could probably raise fresh investments, also come out with an IPO, but this kind of a layoff of such large numbers is definitely alarming. So what's happening at ShopClues, and are we going to see more layoffs from here?
Sakshi, as we speak, what I get to understand is that the company is already laid off around 200 odd people. The last I heard, the strength of the company was around 500. So, which means that with effect, there remain about 280 to 300 odd people in the company. Now, even as we talk, I have been given to understand that there is a possibility that the company will go for another round of layoffs, which is likely to happen in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
This will see another 200 or 220 odd people leaving the company.
Okay.
The end target is to have a very lean team of 70 to 80 people, operational people who will be running the company with a very bare bones sort of a structure.
Right.
So this is where we are positioned as of now, and this is what you're hearing from our sources.
Right, so that's not good news at all coming in from ShopClues right now. But we were also hearing about talks with Snapdeal. What has happened to that now?
So, well, the talks were pretty much on, but in the last 1 month, what has happened is that there has been some differences in the valuation that the two companies wanted to sort of close this deal on.
Right.
I have been given to understand that while Snapdeal was, considering to offer them with a $100 million of valuations, now ShopClues was relatively more aggressive. They wanted a valuation of at least $250 odd million. Now, even as the talks were on, there isn't a clear cut sort of clarification on whether or not an offer ever came, or it was just in the negotiation
Right,
process, because the
absolutely.
due diligence was on. And we also get to learn that at some point in time, there are a lot of liabilities that ShopClues has on its shoulders. So Snapdeal, given the fact that Snapdeal has come back in the market and has emerged as the comeback kid of the e-commerce domain,
Yeah.
it makes relatively little sense for them to actually go ahead and buy an asset which is already having so much of liabilities. Forget about whatever the cash crunch or whatever the other issues the company has with it. So
Sure.
that's what we have.
Right. So, but how long can actually ShopClues sustain with no new funding or with such less cash in its books now?
So that's actually very important to understand. In April, we reported that the company had around 12 to 15 odd crore in the bank.
Okay.
ShopClues, as we learned, has about 3 to 4 crore of monthly burn rate. Now, given this calculation, we can clearly state that there's barely a few odd crore which is left in the bank. However, the whole exercise of layoffs, the whole exercise of letting people go has started to happen just because there's barely any cash left with the company. Now, as we speak, it wouldn't be incorrect to say that if no external support comes, which is highly unlikely in the given situation, given market situation. So, if and when nothing of that sort happen, it will be difficult for ShopClues to sustain beyond, say, like 2 to 3 months of time.
All right. So that's like a quite short period of time that we're looking at. And what does the management really have to say on all of these developments?
So, well, Sakshi, the management has actually denied a lot of developments.
Okay, okay.
One, we've been talking that even as the layoffs have happened, there have been a lot of employees who have been requested for a salary cut. A lot of senior executives have not been paid their salaries for the last couple of months.
Okay,
This is what you're hearing from the sources, but ShopClues has gone ahead and denied that any of these things have happened. It has not stated a specific number of the layoffs that have happened, but confirming that some amount of layoffs have happened. It has said that they are helping these employees with getting their placements done. So 100% outplacement is what they're trying to claim, at least as of now. So, and ShopClues is talking about how they have grown over the years, how they have reduced their losses, and how they want to sustain the company.
Sure,
So
sure.
they are talking more on those terms rather than telling people as to where the company is positioned in terms of finances and whether or not it is going to sustain in the market for long.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Priyanka, for sharing all these details with us. Well, it looks like a writing on the wall, but what is interesting to see is that ShopClues is still holding on and does not want to leave the port just yet, but it will be very crucial for us to see, if no funding or external funding really comes or no new investment really come in, how long will the company be able to really sustain? And that is something very crucial for us, all of us, to really watch out for. Thanks a lot for joining us in this edition of Reporter's Take, and do stay logged on to moneycontrol.com for more news and updates. Thanks for watching.